As Rick and Alex Lagena and their team use urethane to seal off the water leak into the garden shaft, they discover a number of surprising treasures, such as fascinating artifacts made of ancient timber, a mysterious ring, and a nail that may be connected to William Phipps's fabled treasure chest. As they continue their search on Oak Island, they come across flooding in the Money Pit area, brought on by recent heavy rain in Nova Scotia. Around the 150-t-deep Money Pit, Rick and his colleagues discover traces of ancient structures, which begs the question of how people in the past were able to labor at such extreme depths. As they continue their search, they concentrate on a metal strap and another relic they just discovered in a circular pit on Lot 5, as well as more obvious clues like a mound of sand and a cover for digging that point to a potential entry. Archaeologists Helen Sheldon and Moya MacDonald continue their search on Lot 5, delving deeper into a mysterious stone structure. They find traces of gold, silver, and organic materials, making Aladdin's Cave a top candidate for holding an offset chain and possibly the long-sought-after treasure. Carmen Legg, an archaeologist, identifies one of the items as a clasp from a small chest, likely from the 17th century, raising many questions about whether these artifacts are connected to other 17th century items or precious metals found in the Money Pit area. Details of a standard operation by Dumas Contracting, limited to address water seepage in the Money Pit garden shaft. Scott Clark, a 3D worth of Marty Lagena, an engineer, TV personality, producer, and vineyard owner, is $110 million. He studied engineering in college, practiced law, and then went back to becoming an entrepreneur. Because of his entrepreneurial spirit, Marty owns a number of companies, including Heritage Sustainable Energy, which supports renewable energy. His success at work is reflected in his personal life, which includes opulent homes across the U.S. and family support. Marty's participation in the oil and gas industry has encountered strong opposition, echoing bigger industry discussions. His commercial endeavors have frequently been the subject of public scrutiny and criticism, demonstrating that riches is not necessarily a shield from criticism. As Marty demonstrates his engineering and financial prowess, Rick's story continues. Alex Lagena, a prominent figure in the business and media sectors, has established himself through his endeavors in these fields. Their tale goes far beyond simply searching for lost treasures, exhibiting the fortitude and strategic thinking required to succeed in both the public and private spheres. The popular television program, The Adventure of Marty and Alex Lagena on Oak Island, blends the thrill of discovering buried wealth with the appearance of its LED characters. By combining the thrill of discovering hidden wealth with the powerful presence of its LED characters, the show has been able to attract a sizable audience. In addition to keeping spectators riveted to their screens for season after season, this tactic has elevated the legs to well-known status in a field full of unknowns and challenging circumstances. As Marty and Alex balance their positions on television with their numerous business endeavors, the story progresses. Their journey is characterized by financial gains and a dedication to maintaining a family. Legacy forces them to critically examine the principles and outcomes of their business decisions. From his early days in Muskegon to his current status as a television celebrity, Alex Lagena has brought fresh life to his family's endeavors. His estimated net worth is at $50 million, mostly due to the prosperity of his family's enterprises. The show skillfully capitalizes on the worldwide interest in discovering lost riches and learning about the past. The story of Laius and their team is transformed from one about treasure to one about navigating the complexities of modern business and historical preservation by fusing historical details with their personal accounts to create a narrative that is both educational and intensely personal. It highlights not only the potential financial rewards of these quests, but also the deep connections to history that these discoveries can create, as well as the pressures of maintaining integrity, respecting historical significance, and making sure financial stability is always present. The show serves as a reminder of the harm caused by people's fascination with the past and the extent to which they will go in order to feel a connection to it. Two prosperous businessmen, Craig and Marty Lagena, have been friends since their college days at Michigan Technological University. They have used their engineering backgrounds and shared interest in historical projects to launch a number of successful ventures together, such as Oak Island Tours Inc., a vineyard, and the wind turbine company Heritage Sustainable Energy. Their partnership has endured over time, demonstrating that combining enduring friendships with business can result in significant successes. Alex, on the other hand, carefully considers what personal information to disclose in order to control how people perceive him and improve his relationship with his audience. He approaches juggling his public and private lives strategically. Social media frequently highlights his relationship with Catherine, which makes him more personable and allows his followers to see glimpses into his private life. Craig makes a significant contribution to the renewable energy industry using his engineering experience, especially at Heritage Sustainable Energy, which combines his career objectives with general environmental concerns and improves his company portfolio and public image. Together, Alex and Craig, as environmentalists and business leaders, show the value of individual drive, professional skill, and tactical use of public platforms. As the star of The Curse of Oak Island, a reality show that enthralls viewers with the prospect of discovering ancient treasures, Craig's partnership with the History Channel has greatly improved his financial situation. In addition to increasing Craig's income, this exposure has improved his public image, opening up new avenues for him to amass fortune. Dan Blankenship, a devoted treasure hunter with extensive knowledge of Oak Island's past, is thought to be worth around $1 million thanks to his years of exploring the island and his appearances on the History Channel. Dan's strategy is motivated by the pleasure of discovery rather than risk, but Craig's methods are well thought out to optimize his earnings and ensure his financial future. Monetary gains, questions concerning the genuine nature of Lagena and Lena's relationship, and the effects of their economic endeavors are raised by the tale of their hidden money. Significant amount of gold. The crew is very enthusiastic about both of these possibilities. The team is resolute in their pursuit of the gold and intent on carrying on with their inquiry in order to achieve their objective of discovering gold. The team is now working on a gold discovery in the Money Pit location. Despite the fact that the results are astounding and mind-boggling, the team is resolute in their determination to proceed with the water in order to cross-check other samples and discover whether or not they can replicate them. They have high hopes that they might be in close proximity to the genuine treasure, and they are cooperating with one another in order to bring everything together. The geologist Terry Matt and the geologist Charles Barkhouse are keeping a tight eye on the drilling of borehole DN 11.5, which has reached the potential treasure zone that is between 80 and 20 feet deep. They have broken through something that is around 90 feet below grade, which means that they are getting closer to the finding all the time. Due to the presence of trapped air and voids in the treasure zone, this void is located within the treasure zone, which is renowned for its high gold values. Currently, Rick and Marty are taking a break and contemplating the next steps to take in this situation. They have discovered a hole in the DN 11.5 that appears to coincide with the DN 12.5 and DN 13.5, all of which have struck a structure that is 94 feet below grade. It is possible that they have reached the end of the tunnel. If Mike is able to hit this vacuum at a distance of around 90 feet in two other neighboring boreholes that are aligned with the garden shaft, the team has lately discovered what they think to be a tunnel that is at the same depth as previously discovered. In light of this, it appears that they may have reached the end of the tunnel. The group is enthusiastic about the possibility of finding riches in the Money Pit region, and they are resolved to gain. There is a group of investigators who are undertaking a treasure search in the area surrounding Oak Island, and the narrative provides a description of them. They are currently searching for a passageway that could lead them to the discovery of a significant quantity of gold that is concealed within the baby blob. The team is resolute in their pursuit of the riches that are located at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they have obtained the results of the X-ray fluorescent spectrometer, XRF, from DN 11.5 in order to assist them in their search. Based on the findings of the XRF analysis, it can be concluded that the tunnel is in fact a tunnel and that it leads to the garden shaft. After being dried out and scanned with XRF, the wood sample that was retrieved from borehole DN 11.5 was found to have originated from a tunnel that was approximately 90 feet deep. The findings revealed trace amounts of iron, manganese, titanium, calcium, potassium, and aluminum, all of which are materials that are anticipated to be found in the Oak Island region. The fact that they discovered a sizable quantity of gold, on the other hand, is a very important anomaly. This one-of-a-kind outcome, which was achieved by applying the concept in two distinct modes, in the woods and in the water, has the potential to establish a connection between the team and the location of the treasure, as well as the path from which they must go. On account of the fact that it might lead to an SP spot where exploratory drilling or digging can be carried out, the gold sampling of the water and wood is anticipated to be the most successful endeavor of this year. We are keeping our fingers crossed that this could be the beginning of a chain of evidence that is just as significant as the water sample has been up to this point. In addition to assuring the team that they would continue to work on locating the treasure, the team confirms that they will continue to submit. The team is ready, resolute in their pursuit of the wealth that lies at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they want to make use of the XRF results in order to ascertain its location and the possible direction it could be heading in. Furthermore, the team is committed to supplying further samples in order to assist them in making decisions that are based on accurate information. They are hopeful that their results may lead to the discovery of the wealth that is located at the bottom of the garden shaft. And gave them hope that a significant discovery was imminent. When Rick saw dirt on the floor and Marty displayed evidence of odd objects discovered inside the cave, he became enthusiastic about the prospect of venturing farther into the cave, thinking they were on the brink of a significant archaeological discovery. There may be more to Lot 5 than first appears, possibly a bustling, as the team started to delve deeper into the area, which had not been thoroughly examined before they found surprising elements like broken red pottery embedded in rock layers with a striking purple glaze and a dark, rich glaze on the inside. Long before the 1760s, iron was found deep below using a metal detector, indicating the presence of important iron artifacts. When a lump from the previous season's findings was discovered to be a metal lock, the crew began to believe that the circular region had been purposefully constructed by somebody, probably the original people who had hidden there. Treasures. Although Emma's CT scan provided more precise information, Elle thought it was more likely to be an old river raft. The team is eager to investigate a tunnel beneath the garden shaft in the hopes of finding something significant. They come across an unexpected drip of water leaking from the tunnel soil, prompting Roger to suggest a solution to stop the water. He intends to drill 9 large holes in the affected wall and fill them with urethane, which will solidify and seal the leaks. This brings the team closer to the tunnel that leads directly under the garden shaft and towards an area they call the baby blob. The spike is full of iron and may have served a variety of purposes prior to the 1840s. Carmen Legg, a blacksmith expert, identified the object as a wedge about 4 inches long with a ring around it. A crucial meeting involving hydrogeologist Dr. Fred Michael, chemist Dr. Mark Liu, and geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner is called around the money pit location. Metal traces can be found using fluorescence testing, and non-metal materials including wood, organic materials, and ceramics can be found using fluorescent spectroscopy. The team begins drilling a new borehole, KL-11-5, with the goal of intersecting with L-16 and reaching the center of Aladdin's cave at 142 feet. A high-def camera shows the interior of the cave and a square-headed bolt on a wall, confirming human activity within the cave. Dr. Spooner explains that borehole L-16 leads to Aladdin's cave, a large cavern known to the team as Aladdin's cave. An old coin discovered during Rick and Gary's thorough examination of Lot 5 suggests that there are still more treasures and stories to be discovered. The coins closely resemble an ancient Roman coin discovered nearby and point to a larger story developing at Lot 5. A group of specialists used computed tomography and X-ray fluorescence, XRF, to analyze coins discovered on an island. According to CT scans, the first coin was composed mostly of copper with a trace amount of silver, indicating that it was old but predated contemporary coin-making methods. The second piece, which resembled Roman coinage in its complex design of a female figure, was discovered to be composed of copper, silicone lead, and tin. The final coin was handmade, had a distinctive pattern, and contained high amounts of calcium and phosphorus, authenticating it as a 13th century French denier. The group conjectured that the coins might be related to a well-known French trade token, and that the Knights Templar might have contributed to their discovery. A well-shaped piece of timber, a rusted iron nail, white and blue ceramic, and a clay pipe stem near a large rock were among the evidence of human activity found by Oak Island's team during their recent exploration to find underwater artifacts from their previous expedition near the dam. Fragments of old glass bottles also emerged from the mud, revealing a story buried in the Mi-A disc-shaped item with a center hole that resembled an old Chinese coin was discovered when a metal detector detected a significant amount of metal. This implies that the region may have formerly been a commercial hub impacted by a shipwreck or the actions of nearby Native Americans. Expert analysis said that the enormous shard of pottery that Jimmy discovered buried in the earth after Marty removed large rocks from a circular area was probably a large cooking vessel from the late 1700s that was either hidden by someone or possessed by the island's initial occupants. As Jack and Helen dug through the remains of the circular building, they found a hand-rotted nail that might have been used to fasten a wooden structure, pieces of a pipe stem, and a nail that indicated a log cabin beneath the layers of earth. They also found a metal hinge that looked like it was a part of a frame structure. The discoveries made at Oak Island keep assembling a more comprehensive account of historical occurrences and constructions that provide light on the lives of the island's first settlers.